Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to be working on our I See a School booklet. Today, for the assignment, you are going to need your crayons, a highlighter, and a pencil. Now, the first thing that we always do when we start our work is we write our name, and we always write our name in pencil. So if you haven't done so, remember to write your name on your paper first. Then we are going to take our highlighter. We're going to open up our highlighter and we're going to look for words that we know are our treasure words. I start over here at I. I is one of our treasure words. It's not our treasure word this week, so I'm just going to underline it to show that it is a treasure word that we've already learned. I. Last week we learned, or the week before we learned this word. Does anyone know what it is? That's right, it's see. I'm going to underline it right now. I see. This word right here is our treasure word, our sight word of this week. It's a. I see a. I'm going to highlight the entire word because it is our word of the week, our treasure word of the week. Now this word is really long. I'm not sure what it is, but I know that it starts with this letter, which is an S, and an S says S. And I know it ends with this letter. This is an L, and an L says L. Make a prediction. What do you think this word says? Okay, let's read and see if your prediction is correct. Get your highlighters ready. And let's look at our words. I know this word, I, like we said, we learned already, so I'm going to highlight a line under it. What is this word? That's right, it's see. We learned that already, so we're going to underline it. And this word again? Yes, it's a. We sometimes say a, but in kindergarten for right now, we're going to say this letter as a. Let's put it together. I see a. Well, what do you see? That's right. This is a pretty big pencil, isn't it? And pencil starts with a p sound. And pencil ends with a l sound. I'm using the picture clues to help me figure out what this word says. Let's put it together and see if it makes sense. Because remember, good readers use the picture clues and they always ask themselves, does it make sense? I see a pencil. Is that a pencil? That sure is. I see a pencil. And what is this mark right here, boys and girls? That's right. This end mark is a period. A period tells us to stop and take a deep breath. And that means it's the end of our sentence. I see a pencil. I'm just going to stop. And now I'm going to turn the page. Let's look at the picture clues. What do you see here? Yep, I see a person. It could be a student or a teacher. And that person is holding a book. We know that the book starts with the letter B. Do you see a letter B somewhere in this sentence? I do too. So let's remember this letter is a B. It says B. So we get to this word. We're going to try and sound it out. And we're going to use the picture clue to help us. But first, let's be detectives and see if we can find any of our treasure words on this page. Can you point to the first treasure word you see? Very good. I is our first treasure word that we've learned. And I'm underlining it because we already learned it. What is this treasure word? That's right, it's see. Put it together. I see. And our word of the week is? Ah, very good. Now, I heard some of you say A or ah. Yes, this letter A, the name of it is A, and sometimes it says ah, and sometimes it says A, and sometimes it says Remember, in kindergarten this week, we are going to be saying it as I see a. Now, remember, we used our picture clue. Book, book, book. Could this word say book? Thumbs up if you think, yep, this word says book. Thumbs up if you used the picture clue and you asked yourself, does it make sense? Well, good for you. You did a great job. Put it together again. I see a book. Oh, what's that mark tell us? Yes, it does. It tells us to stop and take a breath. I see a book. There's my breath. Very good. So boys and girls, you just read your I see a with me. I'm going to ask you to go back to the first page. Remember, we weren't really sure what this word said right here, the SCHOOL word. Can you just circle it for me with your finger? Let me think. I see a S. And this was our letter this week too. And we know it says K. So let's see. Sk. Ooh. Sk. Ooh. I'm going to go back to these pages. Where do we see a pencil? And where do we see children reading lots of books? Oh, I know. Can you take a guess? That's right. If you said school, you were absolutely right. That's where we see a lot of pencils and a lot of children reading books. You're right. We also see pencils and children reading books at other places like the library, but library doesn't start with the S sounds or sk, an M with a L sound. So the one that makes the most sense is school, because we're thinking that's what goes with the words and what goes with the story. So you're going to take your crayons and you are going to draw a picture of school. Then if you would like, you can absolutely color the pictures on the inside of the book. Now don't forget to read this book to an adult, and if you want, you're more than welcome to film yourself on Seesaw reading it to us. Have a great day, boys and girls.